The current season of Rick and Morty has been a highly unexpected one so far, and the most recent episode of season 6 elevated that to a whole new level with Rick and Jerry's most recent alliance. This season, as Rick is forced to interact with the rest of the Smith family without the assistance of a functional portal gun, their dynamic has changed, particularly in how he perceives Jerry. Not only does Dad appear to have stopped overtly criticizing Jerry, but Jerry himself appears to stand out from the rest of his family for the same behaviors that used to get him in trouble. This is why Final Desmethation, episode 5 of the season, was such an intriguing proposition, because it had been hinted in the episode's promotional materials that season 6 would be taking a different approach to the classic Rick and Jerry team-up adventure. Jerry's self-actualization combined with Rick's new perspective on him created a dynamic that might be explored in some interesting new ways. When Rick finally shows up, the family is dining at Panda Express, and Jerry is looking forward to the next day's trip to the zoo. While Jerry receives a fortune that reads, "You will have sex with your mother," Summer, Beth, and Morty all receive identical fortune cookies with a meaningless platitude. Jerry is concerned about the fortune and wants to throw up the fortune cookie after the credits. The family can't help but tease Jerry as he tries to sort things out with them the following day. Rick is unable to assist Jerry with science because doing so would increase its likelihood, which makes it funnier for the other group members as a result of Jerry taking it seriously. Rick appears to want to assist as he witnesses Summer and Morty making fun of Jerry for his mother's concerns. Because Beth is Morty's mother, Jerry disguises himself as Morty, while Beth, Summer, and Morty choose to visit the zoo. However, Rick ultimately decides to support Jerry since he thinks that even Jerry ought to be able to take anything seriously. The low-rent test, in which Jerry chooses one of two boxes, one of which bears his mother's name, he would have sex with, is introduced when Rick initially struggles to refute the fortune. Despite his efforts, he always chooses the box containing his mother's name. Rick is still attempting to find out why Jerry has such a high likelihood of having sex with his mother during this entire time. Jerry worries about his mother's desire to visit after reading her texts. When Rick returns to Panda Express with Jerry after noticing something, it is discovered that they were wanted as attention. Then, as a massive laser fight begins, Rick kills everyone inside the Panda Express. It turns out that they were caught up in a narcotics conspiracy. Instead, they direct him to a corporation called Fortune 500, which is full of sophisticated cameras that even Rick is astounded by, and tell him where to get the fortune cookies. The two of them then dress as employees, appropriately with Sailor Moon animations, and attempt to break into the Fortune 500 offices in order to determine why they want Jerry to have a relationship with his mother. Then it is revealed that powerful businessmen like Billy Zane and Jeff Bezos are attending a meeting with a different businessman who is attempting to assist them. The company's employees are subsequently shown to be receiving totally true fortunes, either good or bad. Then Rick is motivated to seize control of these fortunes for himself and begins to unleash his technology to confront them all. When they learn that one of them has an unfinished fortune, they resolve to summon Jerry's mother and put an end to it. Since Jerry's fate needs to be resolved, he is essentially unstoppable until it does, which is why Rick wants to keep using him while they try to figure out the cause of everything. The two of them then learn that Fortune 500 is harboring a massive space worm that is consuming Destiny and that the turmoil is being caused by the worm's digestive issue. As a result, Rick claims that all fortune cookies are essentially made of alien feces and learns that Fortune 500 is attempting to control the future rather than trying to create it, such as Rick wanting Nintendo to make a VR headset. Then it is discovered that most of the fortunes Jerry received were fabricated by the person who was making them in order to attract attention to the fortunes. It is possible that they had sex with their mothers in the end. The two are discovered by the boss of the Fortune 500, and the troops advancing on them each spend a fortune that grants them superpowers. Then Rick fills up a ton of blank fortunes and shoots them all at the soldiers, and this is unpredictable. Jerry's mother is still attempting to have sex with her son in the meantime. The plan of Fortune 500 is to make her the most successful entrepreneur on Earth, and when Rick succeeds in doing so, by hacking Goldman Sachs and handing her all of its money, then returning it, she is then free to pass away. When she consumes a lot of fortune cookies to transform into a strong monster, the following turmoil releases the enormous fortune space worm, which causes Jerry and his mother to lose their pants. Before the black hole entirely shuts, Rick manages to save Jerry by generating a fast fortune to do so. Rick saves Jerry, and as a result, Jerry will hold Rick over it forever. When it is revealed that Rick's fortune was that he would make a new friend, he loses his immortality. Jerry then gives Rick a thank you note in the fortune cookie and attempts to call him a friend. Rick and Jerry fight once again before returning to their customary dynamic. After the credits, a zoo advertisement shows people devouring the zebra's food and, when they run out, each of them goes so berserk that they begin murdering one another. When Morty and the others see the advertisement playing, he is perplexed as to why they are attempting to sell it to people before realizing that it is actually a human zoo. What did you think of the most recent Rick and Morty episode? How do you find the 6th season of the show so far? Post your opinions about it in the comments section.